This is the CPA exam, and this is you with a full-time job. These two are like oil and water. They don't mix. Okay, let's try that again. These things can mix, and they have to mix if you're going to pass the CPA exam, but it can be very difficult. Since 2013, I've been working with CPA exam candidates and tutoring them. Most of these people were working full-time jobs, studying for the exams and working at the same times. I've seen firsthand how these people balance CPA study work, pass their exams, and continue their jobs, balance their family life and their home life together. Today, I'm going to share those secrets with you. Here are the 5 keys you need to balance your CPA exam study with your full-time job. Key number 1, assess your work-life situation. Start with your work and your family schedule. I used a template to map out all of my hours for the week to show what hours I was going to be at work, what hours I had evening commitments, and then what other things I had going on in my life. Once I planned this out on a calendar by an hour-by-hour basis, it showed me my open slots, when my free time was going to be to get my study time in. That ended up being either in the early mornings or in the evenings after work and school and other commitments. After you plan this calendar out, jot down some notes. Jot down your demands at work, how things are going, your demands at home, hours of work you're doing per week, travel, busy seasons or busy types of the year for you, when you have particular downtime. Really get in tune with the bigger picture schedule so you know what's going on, what you've got coming up in the next couple months, what you have going on in the next year. Are you about to start busy season at a public accounting firm? This might not be the time to dive into your studies, or it might be a good time to punt until that's over. Are you about to get married in 3 months? Are you about to have a new baby and welcome them into your family? Take these things into consideration. Be forward-looking and be real with yourself with what's going on in your life right now and what's coming up too, so that you can make the most of your study time and you won't be surprised when these things come up in life and put you at a setback. Key number 2, schedule your study time for the whole week. This kind of leads to where we were from key number 1, but once you have your schedule out, look at what time you have left. Is it the times in the mornings or the evenings? And then think about yourself. You know yourself the best. Are you a morning person? Are you going to get effective studying in early in the morning at 5, 6 a.m. before work or before your kids get up? If so, this might be a great time to knock out a couple of your hours. Are you a night owl? Are you going to be effective in your studying at the end of a work day or after a lot of family commitments? If so, maybe schedule those couple hours in the evenings. Also, can you squeeze an hour studying in over your lunch break, or is that going to make you too tired for the rest of the day? Think about those gaps and start to plan how many study hours and when you're going to do those study hours for the entire week, so that you have a plan and you're not waking up every day wondering when the study's going to get done. If you wait till the end of the day and haven't thought about your studying yet, odds are it's going to be a lot easier to just put it off or to be tired and to just go to sleep and just call it a day and try again tomorrow. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Make a plan for your study, and then we're going to try to do our best to stick to that on a week-to-week basis. The most important thing you do here is just to be honest with yourself during this process. You know yourself best. And a lot of people will ask me, what is the best study schedule I can follow? What's the best study plan that I can set up for myself? And I consistently tell people the best study plan, the best study schedule that you can do or you can use is the one you're going to stick to. Pick one that's realistic. Book hours and book times that you are confident that you're going to be able to fulfill and come through with. Key number 3, make your study time and your study plan schedule a habit. Once you have your weekly schedule, start to make this routine a habit. Give yourself a reward if you're getting up for that early morning session. Maybe you go buy yourself a coffee. Maybe you have a special treat. If you're up in the evening, maybe you're having dessert or something. Just be rewarding yourself so that you're reinforcing these good habits. We want to try to get into this routine of studying every single day, whether it's just your couple hours in the morning or a couple more in the evening. We really want to start to ingrain and make this a habit that we can continue and snowball and get some momentum going. The worst thing that we can do is just be on again, off again. Study a day here, miss 2 days here. That can really wear on you, but you can gain momentum in these tests. And I found that out myself over the 6 to 9 months I was taking these exams. I had a lot of momentum by the second, third, fourth exam because I had a grind, I had a schedule, I was just rolling through it. Did it still stink? Yes, but man, when you've got that momentum and that snowball going, you wouldn't believe how much inertia and how much force you can keep pouring forward when you've got that behind you in the rear view. I would also consider logging your study hours in a log or a plan. I did this and I can share it here too. Each day, I always logged the hours that I got in studying. I had a budgeted amount of hours every day that you can see here. And I didn't always hit that. I kind of always came up short, but by logging how much study hours I did, I could see how much I studied week to week, month to month, and for each exam. By the end of the exam, the total hours that I summed at the bottom just gave me a lot of confidence that, hey, like JP, you did put in the time, man. You put in hundreds of hours here. Feel confident in that. Feel good about that. So it was just a psychological thing for me. Write down your hours, keep track, and just, again, see how each day stacks brick by brick. Key number 4 here is I would say schedule your exam in advance. I would put a date out there, 2 months maybe, however far away your exam is, or you're wanting to. Pick a date, throw it out there, schedule the test, because that will give you so much motivation. If you know you've got the test coming up, it's much more likely that you're going to be able to stick to your schedules, to stick to your plan, and to keep studying, keep grinding. A lot of people ask me like, JP, should I push this test back? Should I reschedule? Should I reschedule? And I really discourage that if at all possible, because you're just kind of procrastinating at this point. Like if you keep that date and you know it's on your calendar and you've told people you're taking it that day, you're going to keep grinding. You're going to kind of do your best. It's just an extra layer of accountability for you and some pressure, honestly, putting some pressure on you needing to get ready by this certain date. Key number 5, be flexible. If something comes up, if you have a rough day at work, if you oversleep, if your kids are sick, if you've got a lot of stuff going on in the family, try to give yourself some grace. If you miss a day on your study plan, so be it. But I will encourage you as much as I can to try not to miss 2 days in a row if you can. Just like that snowball we were talking about, and that momentum can build you up, it can also push you down. If you start to miss 2-3 days in a row, it can be really hard to pick yourself back up and to keep going. So as best you can, if you have to miss a day, if life throws you a curveball, try to get back at it that next day, even if it's just an hour, even 30 minutes. Try not to miss 2 full days in a row. So I would also say too, I would recommend trying to take at least 1 day off a week. I always tried to take Sundays off. For me, I just felt like just Sundays in general, as a Christian, just getting to mass in the morning and going and praising God, but also just resting in that day, right? We weren't meant to grind and grind and grind. Take a day off, whether it's Sunday, whether it's another day. Take a day off and just let everything sink in. These exams are stressful. Your job is stressful. Family life, it all adds up. Really, really work on taking 1 day to just let it all out, right? Just to relax, play with your kids, go out with some friends, just kick back, watch a game on TV or something. But just relax and give yourself a break and give yourself a reward too, right? Nothing felt better for me than a really, really solid study week on Sunday, my day off, knowing that I grinded and I put in a ton of time throughout the week. It made Sunday feel really, really good for me when I could just take a day back to kick back and relax and not look at Becker one more time. Those are my 5 keys for balancing CPA exam study with your full-time job and with life. It's tough, and I recognize that, and the students I've worked with, have told me it's hard, but it's worth it in the end, I promise. It's worth it if you can grind this out and pass those tests. You were smart, you were capable, and you can do this. So please, try to use these tips the best you can, these keys, to utilize, best study time you can to maximize your study efficiency. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Always happy to answer them. If you got any other questions or video ideas, please leave them below. I'm happy to help you guys out the best I can. I've been in your shoes. I've taken these exams. It's tough, but again, it's worth it. You will pass.